Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Real Life Excel. Hope you're having a good day. Probably should have started with this earlier, but I had this thought, what is it? Not a brain fart, but the opposite, like a light bulb moment where basically I was like, oh, I should just go one by each tab. So first one I wanted to do on the home tab is the clipboard section within the home tab. So here we have the cut functionality. So basically with the cut functionality, we can select a cell or cells that either has a text or a number. So here let me click on cut while selecting the test text. Then if I drag over my mouse and select a different cell, let's just say E3, and I click on the paste. So originally this wasn't highlighted, it used to be blurred out. But if I clicked on the cut, it's now telling me where do you want to paste this. So if I just click on paste right there, that big paste, you can see that the text moved from cell B3 to E3, which is pretty convenient if you want to move a number or a text or multiple rows or cells of data. You can do that immediately with the cut functionality instead of just typing it out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or just doing it all manually. So the cut functionality is pretty nifty if you want to move stuff around. You can do the same thing with numbers, and you can also do it with multiple cells. So I selected all these 3 cells, as you can see highlighted. Click paste. There we have it. There's a shortcut to this. So if you click on your keyboard Control X, so holding Control and then pressing X, you can see that this is highlighted. And then for the hotkey or the shortcut key is Control V. So pretty nifty if you just want to use your keyboard instead of just clicking on the buttons or doing a right click. You can also do this through a right click and you'll get this menu. Then you can do that as well. Paste that. Same thing with copy. So we can also use the menu. We can also do this up here. We can also do Control C. So this one is Control X. This one is Control C. Let me delete these. So again, we can do copy. So instead of a cut where it just moves a text or number, a copy will create a separate copy of that text or number within the cell or multiple cells. So let me click on copy, then paste. Here we have 2 copies of the word text. We can also do this with numbers. Paste that. I can also right click on the mouse so I can select these cells with the left click on the mouse and then do a right click and then select copy, and then we can select paste. And here we can see we have a bunch of different kinds of formats which we can get into later videos, but just for right now we just want to do a simple copy and paste. So pretty convenient. You can also use a hotkey which is Control C. So if I hold the Control key and then C, you can see that this all got highlighted. I can then move to the cell or cells that I wanted to select or to get the data copied into, and then Control V. So let me add that, Control V. And I just did that right there. So Control C, Control V. So pretty nifty if you want to copy a bunch of data over that's repetitive, it's the same. Pretty nifty. So next one is the format painter. So you can see below the copy, we have the format painter. And so this one is basically allowing you to copy a specific format that you select. So for example, right now I have a green highlighted cell with black text. But let's just say, let's make that red. Kind of aggressive. Let's do an orange. Looks a little bit better for me at least. If I click on the format painter, it will immediately copy that specific format, and then I can go around and just start selecting a bunch of cells. And then I'll copy that same format. And you can see that it is also created one single large merged cell, just like right here, instead of just one individual cell. You can see that this entire cell is taking up rows, or I guess columns A through G, and it's doing the same thing here. And if I type in text, you can see that the highlight is green and also the text is orange. So this is pretty nifty if you want to change the format to match something else. Basically copy and paste the format to a different area in your spreadsheet. It's pretty quick on doing that. Lastly, I wanted to go through the undo and redo buttons. So right now I just created this little test for the format painter. If I go up to the top left, you can see the undo button. So basically it will undo or remove the latest edit that you made on your text or on your spreadsheet. So right now I just click the undo button and it removed the test from that. I can remove the format painter that was just on here by using the undo button. But let's just say I went too far. Maybe I want to keep all this stuff in. So I can also click the redo button, and then I'll bring back that highlight that we just did earlier. Then I can click that again and it will bring back the text that I typed in there. Here are also the hotkeys for it. So if I just do a Control Z, this will automatically do the undo. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. But I can also do Control Y, Control Y, Control Y, Control Y, Control Y. So pretty nifty if you want to go back to a previous point in your spreadsheet. Let's say you messed up something on your spreadsheet and you want to fix it really quick. Control Z is the way to go. It's pretty nifty. It's right on the bottom left of your keyboard, so it's pretty easy to click on or type on. And then Control Y, it's to redo. So let's say you went back too far, or you're actually like, hey, you know what I just did that I deleted, I actually think it should work. So Control Y is pretty good to get you back to the spot that you wanted to go. So hopefully this helped. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. Peace.